It's been a few weeks. What do we got, Spencer, to start off the evening?
Got hazy 710 pale ale from Sweetwater Brewing. It is
Out of Atlanta, Georgia. One brewery I haven't got to go to yet that I really want to. I've heard it's really good.
there we go, 5.4%.
All right. Your favorite, a hazy.
Yes.
So what's been up? Are you doing better? We were going to try last week and you were a little out of the weather.
Yeah.
And I was a little out of the weather the weeks before. Seems like we get older and we just get out of the weather.
Yeah. But it did give me an opportunity to watch a couple things.
Oh.
So,
What'd you watch?
Scavenger's Reign.
How is that? I've heard
That's
it's really good.
Really good.
Because that was a Max original. Hold on a second. Okay, so Scavenger's Reign. It was a Max original, and I think they canceled and they moved it to
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, and
More for people to get to see it.
yeah, and really good.
I'm a little nervous. The hazy. Whew. You definitely taste the hazy.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of funny is I've noticed. I've got another set of IPAs out there that the hazy, it tastes better. It's easier to drink in the can because I don't know what it is. It's like when I pour it, like it brings out the flavor in the glass.
Have you seen the there's a thing you can buy, and it's just a little thing that you put on top of the can,
Yeah.
and you twist it, and it cuts the very top of the can off, and it's called
Christmas Miracle.
can draft or something like that.
Can draft?
Yeah, it's like you just pop it off, and it supposedly taking that top off makes it taste more like a draft than I don't know.
You're just taking the top off. It's just because you're not pouring it into a glass. It's supposed to affect
Everything's
the taste.
better when you take the top off.
I'm keeping my head, thank you. I don't think it'd be any better just a shapeless man. So Scavenger's Reign was really good.
Really good. I watched The Acolyte.
There's a lot of hate coming out on that, and I think it's unjustified myself. I don't know. I've enjoyed it. Me and Zane have been watching it. I think we got the last episode. I don't remember.
Well, spoiler alert, it's been canceled.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's like spoiler alert. So it's Halo after
I
two
know.
seasons, and I've enjoyed Halo. And a lot of people are like, "Why isn't Halo finding the success that Fallout did?" I'm like, "Well, that's easy. That's easy to say. Halo had a story
Yeah.
that everyone knew.
Yeah.
Fallout has different. Everything is a different story about a different person. You can do a Fallout differently as long as you keep some common parts of the thread.
Yeah.
The vaults, the vault dwellers, the people. I mean,
Yeah.
the story is not the same. Master Chief is the story of Halo.
Yeah.
And when you take the mask off, as a non-Halo, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But
Yeah.
a lot of people who love Halo love that story. It's like Judge Dredd. That is why a lot of people appreciate the second Dredd movie more than the first, because he never took. Carl Urban never took the mask off, because in the comic books he never took the mask off.
I never read the comics, but I felt like with Judge Dredd, he was that persona.
He was
That's
a lot
all
more.
he was, and so yeah.
He's very gruff, very
Yeah.
straight. He is the law.
Yeah.
And he doesn't make mistakes, even when he makes mistakes. That's Judge Dredd.
Oh, have you seen the trailer for the new Hellboy movie coming out?
Yes.
That looks pretty interesting. I'm
I'm going to watch it because it's a Hellboy.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people hated the David Harbour one, and I liked it. Was it the best? No, but I think if they did an Amazon Prime series on it, I think it'd be fantastic.
yeah.
Because then you could take the time and all these little stories, or even just do a BPRD, the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Development. And then you could have all the different characters, Amazon, Jeff Bezos. You have a lot of stories there you could tell, and even new ones.
Money.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're missing out on a golden opportunity. Just like when Netflix did with the Grendel, and they shot 8 episodes and then never finished editing them and just canceled, and just like, why'd you even shoot them then? Because now you have stuff you could release, or somebody could. But so what did you think of Acolyte? Actually, Acolyte.
So I liked it. but I feel like they wasted, and I don't know what her name is, Trinity from The Matrix.
Oh, yeah, the beginning, because
Yeah,
the story really, they advertised it as a story more of her than in the previous. Everyone thought she'd be in it a lot
yeah.
more
To me, they wasted her as an,
as a Jedi.
yeah,
Because she was basically the lead of those Jedis, right?
yeah.
Because then she had her Padawan, didn't she? Or Padme, I'm sorry. Jedi speak.
Padawan. Padme was
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She had, and then she had the other two, and you kind of waste the story. And it was very... I understand people's hate for it, but to me it's a new story, which could leave a lot of it, and it's showing a different Sith and the whole manipulation, which is what the Sith do.
I had a little bit of issue with some of the dialogue.
Okay.
Um,
But you've seen the George Lucas
Yeah.
film, so you know there's going to
Yeah.
be bad dialogue.
I just with her whole attack me with all your strength.
Yes.
I was like, okay, but
Yeah. Well, see, that's the whole thing is you get spoiled by the Timothy Zahn books, and all, the books are spoil you how good the writing should be.
yeah. I also watched Godzilla -1.
Yes, love that.
Great movie.
I don't like the ending. I'm not very happy about the ending.
Why?
Really? How are you gonna bring him back?
He was regenerating at the end.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
Yeah.
I missed that little bit.
Yeah, he was like a piece of it was floating up, and you could see he was like regenerating.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, the movie. I love the movie. The story had a lot more. That's what I was trying to tell our son is. You can see the difference between the Japanese Godzilla and the American Godzilla. American Godzilla is translated. He's saving everybody.
Yeah,
And Japanese Godzilla is like, he's saving Mother Earth. That's what he's about. He's saving the planet. That's his purpose. And he doesn't care if he walks on humans.
yeah.
He's like, get out of my way. You look at what they did with that budget, and it's quite amazing. And that just shows you how inflated American movies are with their budget. Because you can't tell me that the effects were any less than a $200 million movie. I think even Wendy liked Godzilla -1. She's shaking her head. You did not hear the rattling. That's a solid lump. That's what that means. There was no hamster in the cage. But anything else that you watched?
No.
No. Have
Not
you
yet.
watched any of the Halo series?
Yeah, I watched the first season.
Okay, I'm going through season 2. I think I'm on episode 4 or 5. And like I said, being you're more of a Halo player, so I'm sure you were like,
Yeah, the games they're in one of them. If you beat the game in Legendary, he does take his helmet off, but you still don't see his face. Like you see like the top of his eyes, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
I do appreciate the guy who's playing Master Chief because he was so good in American Gods as the unlucky leprechaun. And it was so freaking hilarious. in
I
that show.
haven't watched American God. I read the book, but I haven't watched the show. But
The show was so good.
he was on Orange Is the New Black,
Oh, was he?
and he was one of the guards, and he had this like mustache. They called him Porn Stash.
I really need to watch Orange Is the New Black. It's way past the time for that to be relevant, but...
Yeah,
So we're good for now?
that's what I got for now.
All right. All right, so I don't know how to pronounce this. He can show it, but it's a Doppelbock. It is a German beer, which my friend Kit got us, and it's been sitting in the fridge. It is from Germany. I cannot read the thing, but if you'll show the label, because it'll be backwards on mine.
Oh yes.
Wow, that's some great German there. Wow. It's a great... Hiked... Schufanada fish. I don't know. It's Doppelbock.
Fish sauce.
Fish sauce? No, it's not fish sauce. But it's a nice... You have to...
Eickt Ecklen Furla Fish.
Here, let's see, it's backwards. I asked him to hold it up there, but now you're gonna see backwards. So backwards German, you know, it's very tasty though. Almost like a bacon taste or something. But there you go. We got an assistant. But
Intern.
have you seen the preview for the new Captain America?
Yes.
And
I'm down for it.
I've been down for it. I like Sam as Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if, like, afterwards they're gonna ask Harrison Ford, so what's it like to be the Hulk? And he's gonna be like totally clueless, like he is anymore. He'd be like, I don't know who this damn Hulk person is because I was never dressed up as a Hulk.
I asked him to kill off the character because I don't want to be in there anymore.
They kept me in the damn movie. If he's trying to get a translation, but
kind of like Tommy Lee Jones in the first Captain America. It's like, how'd you like being a Captain America? I mean, it was a movie, you know.
I don't know if that's.
there's her pronunciation here.
Sorry for the delay.
It's a very delayed because none of us speak German, but I do enjoy a good German beer.
That's right. None of us speak German. America.
Oh gosh. Because Hulkamania is running wild all over the mega party.
Yeah.
That's right, Hulkster, and I'm gonna Kid Rock it up.
President Camacho 2028.
I'll vote for Camacho. It's not that important, but thank you. Act. Ex-Schlenkler?
I think that's right. It's probably closer than Spencer.
It was very much closer than whatever language that he insulted the Germans with. Probably going to be anti-Spencer. I mean, you heard about Kyle Gass. They have disbanded Tenacious D now.
Yes.
Because somebody took what Kyle said out of context, of course. They're only comedians, but, you know, you're not allowed to have a sense of humor.
No. Sorry, I'm translating.
Crickets.
Yeah, if you can read it.
If you can read it. This is just...
Because I spelled it wrong for him.
He still hasn't watched anything but the first episode of House of the Dragon, and we're on the second season and really enjoying it. There's still the same amount of incest as it is in Game of Thrones.
There's more.
Yes, there is more, because they have babies. But there's dragons, and dragons are the cool thing. It's got Matt Smith. Matt Smith is not just a doctor anymore. He's also an incestuous uncle.
Husband.
He's an uncle husband.
Uncle husband.
He's an uncle husband grandfather?
Yeah.
Something. It's really confusing. I mean...
Okay, so he first
They don't write about how people don't take showers back then and how people probably stink, but they will write how people sleep with each other in the family to keep
and then she dies.
their heritage.
And then
Yeah, it's very
then he
confusing,
marries
but
his brother's daughter and has children with her.
yes. So it's Uncle Daddy.
So the grandmother,
Uncle Daddy
the aunt.
on every side of it. But you know if they're related if they have blonde Targaryen hair. No matter what race they are, they have blonde Targaryen hair. Because that's how hair works.
Then the second
I'm having a talk over here.
um,
I'm just listening in because it's me talking to myself.
marries
Everyone's tuned out now. Maybe Kyle's here, I don't know.
her previous
Kyle, do you watch House of the Dragon?
son marries
Do you know how to say German? Because if Kyle does, Kyle can.
daughter. And then,
Hold on, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
and then her half
There's a German translator in
half brother marries her half sister,
Google,
and they have babies.
but he's got an Apple product, so I don't know.
I'm using Google.
Oh, you got Google on your Apple?
Yeah.
If you
Wow.
I Googled all over my Apple.
but
Ooh.
if you don't
Well, I
think
hope you
about
wipe it
It's
up.
just- it's easier to watch.
Really floppy.
Floppy.
That's what it translates to.
No, we just want the pronunciation. Can't you just type it in there and say pronunciate? Have a little
I
button.
did. It didn't work.
Assistants just aren't getting paid good enough nowadays,
I don't
obviously.
get paid.
It's the same as, we're going to raise minimum wage in a lot of states. They're like, okay, we're going to raise it to $15 an hour. And then every evil corporation in America goes, these people get more money. We can raise the rates. Hamburgers can now be $5. Houses can be $500,000. Cars can be $100,000. Because they do the same backwards ass math that thinks that $15 an hour can afford these things. Thank you, evil corporations of America. It's kind of funny though when you go there's a TikTok video of this guy who goes to McDonald's in Pakistan, and everything in Pakistan is paid like India in rupees, and it's 300 rupees equals $1. So everything at this McDonald's is just over 300 rupees. So just over $1.25.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't have that, and it's fresh. Everything's made fresh at these. Like there's a bakery in the middle of Pakistan. There's a bakery with this beautiful food, and we got this fucking refrigerated, reheated garbage that sits in a freaking warming jar, and people go crazy over these freaking McRibs. Oh yeah, McRibs, processed pork shaped as a. Do you like McRibs?
I love McRibs, man.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. What does it taste like to you?
Ladies and gentlemen, the McRib is back.
You know, it's funny because there was a guy in Spain who says they only get the McRib like every 5 years. So it's actually for a limited time in Spain. So they really flock to him over there. And I'm like, it's processed pork pushed into a mold. That's all it is. And you're tasting the sauce because it literally sits in the warming jar in the sauce for like hours.
You have to get the McRib when it first comes out because they run out of the sauce. So towards the end, when you get the McRib, there's not enough sauce on it.
Oh. How can you run out of sauce?
Because it's McRib sauce. It's for a limited time only.
We make just enough McRibs, but not enough McRib sauce. We can't add any more.
Yes.
Corporate says.
I don't know what the last word is, but it's really floppy.
It's really floppy. So this is not your Viagra German
Yes.
beer.
But it is a double.
It is.
It is a Doppelbock. I was
it's
trying to read the
smoked.
percentages. Yeah, you can definitely taste the smoke. I was trying to find but was there any more? I was going to say there's previews that have come out recently. And I'm trying to remember the previews, and yeah, it's got a whole story here that I can't read because I need glasses.
Trying to think of some trailers I've seen.
Besides, obviously, the Captain America, which
Yeah.
looks,
It looks good.
and everyone's waiting for what, 2 weeks or less, 10 days, 7 days until Deadpool
Yep.
Wolverine, and you've got
wait.
the joystick with Deadpool's ass on
Mm-hmm.
one side of the joystick. Is that for both PS5 and?
Oh no, it's just an Xbox
It's
controller.
an Xbox exclusive. You can
Yes.
feel Ryan Reynolds' ass. Yeah. Definitely taste the smoke in there. That's really good. That's really nice, really smooth.
Did you read where he used his salary to make sure the writers were on set?
Really?
The whole thing, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, all joking aside, I like Ryan, though he is very similar. Have you seen If?
Not yet.
If is really good. It's on Paramount now. It came really quick to the streaming service. And I thought it would be the same old Ryan Reynolds, but it's not. It's a different Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Like, he is the straight part of a comedy, which I kind of appreciate more.
I know we've talked about this before, but have you ever seen? I think it's called the Nines.
Yeah, the Nines. Is it an action movie or is it?
No, it's Ryan Reynolds and it's Melissa McCarthy. It's like one of the first movies she was in,
Okay.
and basically he finds out it's like a bunch of different stories, but they're all intertwined, and you find out over the course of it all that basically he's like just on the verge of being a god.
Okay.
Because he's like a 9, which is like the top level you can be for like a human or whatever. And there's some other things like she tells him, like, she's like, there are beings above humans, and I think it's like koalas or 11s, and it's he's
It
really,
sounds familiar, like I've seen it, but I couldn't tell you for 100% sure.
but it's a serious role for him, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing is he's been playing Deadpool until he got to play Deadpool.
I love it when comedians, especially comedians, they play roles that aren't their stereotypical comedic role. Like Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo.
That was dark.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Will Ferrell in Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah, I love Stranger Than Fiction. Have you seen Everything Must Go?
No.
That's really good. He's the straight man in Everything Must Go, where he gets kicked out by his wife and divorced, and he has to live in their front yard because he can't afford another place. So he's living in the front yard with all the furniture, and people think it's just a constant yard sale, so they're always coming by. And then his wife always turns on the sprinkler system, so he's sleeping on the front yard, and it's a really good Will Ferrell movie. But yeah, Stranger Than Fiction's a freaking really, really. Mm-hmm. Who is that? Is that Emily Blunt who's with him?
Yeah. Today is the day he found out he was going to die. What?
What was that? Was it a John Cena movie we watched? Trying to remember. I can't look at my phone and record at the same time because we have this huge budget here.
So big.
Yes, we have Google staff
Yes.
who can't even find Google stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're not paid enough. If they were paid $15 an hour, she could probably.
Yeah. But if they were paid 15, they'd want 20.
Oh, gosh. But if they got 20, then they'd have to raise the freaking housing rates to like 700,000.
Yeah.
Because that's how the maths.
Yes.
And then vehicles would be 200,000. And a Big Mac would be $22. Because that's how $20 an hour works. You can afford these things.
Did you see there was a TikTok, and it was about a restaurant in California that they have added living wage fee
Okay.
on their menu. So like when you go to order, like it was an Asian restaurant, so it was like you order like your fried rice, and it says it's like $10, and then you have the living wage fee, so they can pay their employees a living wage.
Yeah.
And then there's another fee on top of that, and it ends up being like $20 for one item.
Yeah.
Because they also want you to tip on top.
Well, there was Matt Stone and Trey Parker who did that one that's done off the show.
Yeah.
And that's what they started off people at $15 an hour, and that was part of the deal. Is they were like, tipping, don't tip.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to give them that so they don't have to work their butt off.
Yeah.
And so I think people were still tipping, so the restaurant started keeping the tips. And it's like, no, that's not the way this works. So then they were going back to the way. I mean, I could be misquoting, somebody could, but I remember hearing some hubbub about that. Because they wanted to pay people more.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to argue about the tips. It's like, if people want a tip for their service, you should.
My first job, I worked for the BX on the Air Force Base we were at.
The base exchange.
And one of the things was if a customer needed help getting stuff out to their car, we had to help them take it out there. And they would try and tip us. But we weren't allowed to accept tips. We had to tell them to go inside to customer service. They had to pay for tokens in there, and then the tokens be given to us, and then those tokens could be used to purchase stuff in store.
So you didn't get money, but you had to spend it back in the
Yes.
store. This is the whole thing. It's ridiculous because like when waitresses were making $2 an hour, and they're not making much more now. It depends on the. Everyone's like, well, they have this, they can get minimum wage, the $7.25 or whatever, but if you do that, then a lot of restaurants shun you down, and they're like, well, you're not earning enough tips, so you're not working hard enough. It becomes this shunning thing, and then when people do make enough, they want to tax. Like if anything comes through the credit card machine, it's automatically taken out. You know what I'm saying? If you're the cash, they want to split it with the people in the back who make more than the waitresses. But yet the waitresses are the ones who get blamed, even though they're the ones making the food. So it's a whole, let's just pay everyone the same amount. And then it's kind of fair to split the tip if everyone's getting the same amount.
Yeah.
But don't shun people because they still want a tip if they're happy. But then also don't shun them if you're paying more for their food. It's like a balancing act of what's right and what's not. You know, because if you're paying, $30 for a simple hamburger because the corporation thinks that's the going rate to pay their employees, they're not reducing their profits. That's the whole thing. You have these corporations who always have to make their 20% or their 25% or whatever, and they don't care if they screw over the basic consumer.
Yeah.
As long as they get their bottom line and that CEO gets his severance package. And I don't think any severance package should be in a business that's dying. Just like the American dream, whereas a lot of people sit there, they want to build a business or something, and they're like, this is my dream, I want to do a business myself. And as soon as somebody makes them an offer, they take it. They're like, oh, I'm getting out of this, because they realize how hard it is.
Yeah.
And then the other company that buys them just cuts it into little pieces, and that business no longer exists because they own the rights to do all the other things.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the only reason they're buying it, so they have the provisional rights for these things. The American dream is not the American dream anymore.
It is for like
So we're
11
drinking
people.
German beer. For what?
I said it is for like 11 people.
11 people, yeah. Or however many there are. Yeah. Can't see the cat. You just see the TV. He's holding Benny, our unofficial mascot. The hairball.
Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable wherever. Yeah. So,
Alright.
are there any movies this summer that you're looking forward to? Just looked at a couple of trailers as well.
Looking forward to that Alien movie.
Alien Romulus is incredible.
They
They're bringing the scary back.
they are. It's kind of following suit with Prey, what they did with Predator. That was really good. So I'm hoping.
Well, it's supposed to be a lot more practical effects too,
Yeah.
which I can't wait for.
No, I got nothing else.
You got nothing else.
I got nothing.
John Cena retiring from WWE just so he can do movies. I like John Cena. I'm invisible now.
He really hit his like niche with the comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't try to go the whole like action. I mean, he still throws it in there with his comedies, but yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have the ego that The Rock has.
Yeah.
I appreciate Dave Bautista movies. I appreciate John Cena movies. So what we got? You picked yours. I let you pick one.
I got Victory Juicy Monkey Hazy IPA.
Victory.
9.5.
9.5.
Loaded with notes of fruit juice and ripe for bacon.
And what?
Ripe for picking.
Oh, I thought you said with bacon. I was like, bacon?
Ripe with bacon.
Juice with bacon.
Bacon juice.
Because everything's better with bacon. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, just the noise.
I'm getting
You're
old,
getting
Simon.
old. You're getting old. I'm what, at least 12 years older than you? Are you 40 yet?
Not yet.
See? How old are you?
38.
Damn, I didn't know I was 14 years older than you. Man, you've got some gray coming on the side there. Look how stylish, no gray hair. Straight to white.
Oh.
Mmm. Swallow.
That's good.
Oh, okay. I do not like it. That's juicy. It's a hazy imperial. Oh.
It's another one that tastes like fruit snacks to me.
Yeah, so it's like fruit snacks and a Christmas tree. I'm glad you like it. Not one of my favorites. But with a 9.5, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get you effed up.
Yeah.
Kyle could be effed up with us.
He could.
Did you get to talk to Kyle a lot?
I saw Kyle for a grand total of maybe 5 minutes today.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Man.
He's got a little bit of a Lex Luthor look going on.
Oh, really? Shaved his head? Has he got the Michael Cudlitz with the beard, too?
Yeah, he's got the...
That's what just came out with a new preview of Superman Lois.
I need to watch that. I haven't watched any of it
You
yet.
haven't watched any of it?
I've
The
seen some
final
clips
season,
here and
yeah,
there.
it's really good. And Michael Cudlitz is really bringing out the bad and Lex Luthor ain't badass. So it'll be interesting to see how they finish this up. Also got one on my end called Angry Chair. Well, I guess Angry Chair is, besides an Alice in Chains song, sitting in my angry chair. Space Grass IPA.
Space Grass.
Double dry hopped India Pale Ale with Citra, Simcoe, and Azka. I don't know. I like, I'm trying to read the. Can you read a percentage on that?
It says, "Don't be a dummy."
Don't be a dummy. But also showed him the preview for Jackpot, which is John Cena. That's why I talk about John Cena with Aquafina. That's gonna be straight to Prime. There is a movie. What did I see? Coming out. And watch that, of course, Twisters and how they're doing more actual effects in Twisters.
It's not say.
Does not say.
Not that I see.
Okay, let's see if the Space Grass. Okay. Is this summer going to make it up? We just got our first $1 billion movie with, I think, Despicable Me 4? No, it was Inside Out 2. Even though they wouldn't pay Bill Hader more than $100,000 to come back. And nobody seems to have noticed that 2 of the original voices for Inside Out were not back because they only offered him $100,000. Got a nice I'll drink to that. This is more like an IPA for me. So he won't like it. He'll chew it. Yep, there's the true face. I prefer that to the juicy. You got total difference in color. He likes the juicy monkey.
It's got floaties.
It's got floaties. I always like floaties. Some people don't. I like it.
And that one's just cloudy.
Meatballs.
Huh?
The chance of meatballs.
Yes.
Yeah. There were when Spencer and his wife Katie came over, we were just finishing up season 1, I think, of Wonderla.
One more.
Which we thought it was Wonderland, but it's Wondla because it's off a piece of paper on Apple TV. It's an animated show, kind of mixing a little bit of weirdly like Avatar with Fallout in a way. But I like it. Zane likes it, so it's a win. And I just started Sunny, which is with Rashida Jones on Apple. Apple TV has been a pretty much. I don't think there's one thing that I've not liked. I think Wendy watches Land of Women.
Yeah, Land of Women and Trying.
Yeah, Trying. She likes Trying, which is a good show. And Foundation, I like on it. Foundation's really good. It's based on Isaac Asimov's Foundation.
I saw there was a lawyer show that's coming out, or it might be out now. I don't have my phone over here; it's all the way over there
On
Apple TV.
The Presumed Innocent.
Yeah,
That looks good. That's right on my list too.
that's isn't that what's his name from Donnie Darko? Yeah,
Because they just had last year they released one called
Gyllenhaal.
Blackbird, which is on there. I haven't got to catch up with Blackbird. That looks good. They've had, what's the one? It's a murder mystery on Apple. The After Party. That's really good. They got 2 seasons of that. It's got, who is it? That actress, the comedian with blonde hair.
Oh my gosh, just because you asked.
She was in a lot of stuff. Like Zane would see her in different stuff. But it's funny. It's a murder mystery, which we like.
This is why they're still interns, folks.
There's
Yes.
still what?
They're still interns. You ask them questions. They're supposed to be our
Look at
research
that.
department.
Patient.
And, I mean,
Oh God, it's still right there at the tip of my brain. Right there, below these blonde roots.
I did just offer to give you your phone and you ignored me, so.
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish.
I didn't even hear you.
And Sam Richardson.
Mm-hmm. Tiffany Haddish, Sam Richardson, and it had the one guy the big guy in the last season, who was in he's been in quite a few things. Clint Eastwood made a movie about that Atlanta bombings at the Olympics a couple years back, and he played the main guy of that, and that was like his breakout role. I can't remember his name. How long will Clint Eastwood? There's been like a week of a lot of celebrities and everyone passing away this week. We had Bob Newhart pass away.
Clint Eastwood's partner. She passed away.
Partner?
Yeah.
His wife?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it said she was his. They worded it very carefully. It was like his. And it wasn't even like domestic partner. It was like his companion. I think that's what they
Companion?
said. Yeah.
Like Clint Eastwood, man. It's not Clyde. Clyde was his partner in a couple movies. But I'm enjoying this.
Sander.
Who?
Sander.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been quite a few though passing away. Richard Simmons just passed away.
That chick from Charmed.
Oh, Shannon Doherty
Yeah.
at 53. Richard Simmons was like 76.
Yeah.
And that's been a touchy thing because Pauly Shore's been trying to do a documentary
Yeah, I think
about
Pauly
him.
Shore killed him so he could do the movie.
Yeah, because he was fighting. Sorry, Pauly. It's the weasel!
My pancreas.
We got the new Superman Legacy. Well, not Legacy anymore. Superman film is. They've seen all what was that sci for?
So I've seen some
Still pictures?
I've seen some still pictures, and
A lot of people
it brought
don't
me
like-
some hope
Okay.
because I was like, oh, they're bringing in what's his Mr. Terrific,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, all right.
There's a lot of people that look like in this movie. Of course, you got what Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner.
Yeah, but that first image, that was the only thing.
You didn't like that picture?
the lazy Superman. It's like Metropolis is getting wrecked in the
Well,
background.
they
He's
look like Brainiac in the background.
yeah, and he's like putting boots on. Like,
Boots on. Yeah, but it's just a still picture. I don't know. The costume looks a little different. The S looks a little different. I'll wait to see. James has not disappointed me in any movie. I mean, his last movie being Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was probably, to me, his top. So I've got high hopes for Superman. I'm a big Authority fan, so he made the announcement when he did this, the Authority and Lanterns is now going, of course, to Max, which is going to be good, I think.
We all need to explain what you guys are staring at instead of the TV.
We're staring at the cats. Because the cats are our entertainment because our interns are unpaid and they're on strike, I think.
yeah,
They're supposed to have cue cards.
and then every time we do an episode, I look for the craft table,
The
craft services table.
Craft service, yeah, there's no green M&Ms and
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, of course, there's that tour. There's 2 different tours going on from what I understand. Sammy Hagar with Michael Anthony, Steve Vai and Jason Bonham doing, the tribute to Eddie Van Halen. And then supposedly the remaining Alex Van Halen, David Lee Roth. Golly. Who was going to do the guitar for them? I forgot.
Ah,
I know Jason Newsted has been asked, the former Metallica, to be their bassist. But then I heard Alex was selling some drum sets too.
you ever watched Drumeo on TikTok?
The drum thing you can
Well, this is like
Or do they take professionals and supposedly they have never heard this sound?
yeah.
Yeah, some of the songs I'm like, you've never heard that song, really. How old are you? Are you a baby?
I do have to ask,
Okay.
sir. You are Gen X, right?
Yes, 1972.
Are you rising?
Without Viagra, yes.
Have you seen those
What are you talking about?
cringy videos?
These cringy video. Is it Gen X doing cringy
it's,
videos?
It's Gen X rise, and there's like a filter that puts like an X on their face,
Oh
and they're
my
like,
gosh. No,
But
it,
it
was, it
never
was bad
says-
enough I had to look at a freaking camera shot of somebody else raising their hand with blood smeared down his cheek and an American flag on top of him in the wrong direction, so it looks like he's actually in. I was like, wow. But anyway, I'm not going there.
they never say what they're rising against. It's just like,
It's blue pills. We
Right.
need erection. We're at that point. We're at that age where we might not quite want to have the discussion because we've never discussed anything with anybody because we're Gen X. we were tossed out of the house. And we didn't come in till the sun set.
Hey, you know it's true.
We were latchkey kids.
Hell yeah.
I was on the tail end of that, so I can't really say anything.
And nowadays, this is the bad thing. I am Gen X. My wife's Gen X, and I'm so afraid to let my son do this. I'm like I'm cringe dad, and I'm a helicopter dad that I'm learning to let go. And I don't know how it became that because I would think my parents would have been that, and they really weren't. They were just like, whatever, go.
Because the world is scary.
The world was scary then. We just didn't know it.
That's it, though.
It's
It's
because
so
social
in your,
media
Yeah, it's
shows
so
it.
in
Social
your
media
face
is-
now.
It truly shows how screwed up the world is because they all vote. And we're having dueling battles of senior citizens shitting their pants. And that's just a sad state of the United States. At the age where they should be retired enjoying their grandkids, not the way the one wants to enjoy his
Yeah.
grandkids, but and the other one, I don't know if he ever will appreciate his grandkids because it's all about him.
You are so lucky because you have me as your grandfather. Children.
I remember the days when, I was at the swimming pool and these kids, they were playing with my leg hairs. And then my uncle, he went through World War II and he was eaten by cannibals.
Yeah.
And my Vice President Trump, oh God. Oh, hold on. No, I didn't shit myself. I think I'm going to drop out, Nancy. I don't know who Nancy is. It's just scary that this is what we're resorting to. And the solution is I will give it for Trump on one thing. Except that he went with the actual millennial vice president. I don't know if that's because somebody shot at him. And he's trying to scare people in other ways, like, this is what you get. No, it's just... I don't know. The whole thing is that this is all we have.
Some of Trump's like hardcore voters are like they are like
Oh my
they're not
God.
turning against him, but they've made some comments because his VP pick, he's married to an Indian woman, and so they're like,
This is... Oh my gosh.
Why does that matter?
The world... Isn't America supposed to be a melting pot?
Yes.
And this is the shame that we have brought to it, that we have grumpy old assholes fighting over bigotry. Yeah. No.
hey, you think the whole presidential thing's scary?
I don't know what's going to happen in 4 years. That's what's scary is who's going to run in 4 years.
Start looking into what the fucking CIA does.
Oh, the CIA has always been like this. We just have a bigger internet now. We get to talk about it a little bit more. Come on, back at Nixon's day. Oh, you didn't like the monkey grass?
Oh no, that was the
Space grass?
yeah.
Space grass. So he likes the victory, juicy monkey,
Yeah,
and I like the space grass.
I like my monkeys juicy, thick and juicy. I ain't got nothing.
I can't help it if my wife's is her drinking.
Where'd your mommy go?
She went to the bathroom.
Oh,
Not my mommy. Mommy's in an urn upstairs. I know it's kind of disturbing, but we can't make it to England to put her where she wants to be. Anyway, doing the double fist. And I'll go first since I chose first. I chose Parish Brewing Company. It's an American pale ale, 5.1%, called Envy, and that's what I chose. So I'll try not to get political because I get all twisted when I talk political when I don't mean to. I just wish we had. I don't know if any others. The British people they elect the party. That's what's weird to me. The British, like they elected the Labour Party this time. They got rid of the Conservatives, but in America, Conservatives and Labour are the same thing. Like they have Democratic Liberals in England, but it's a totally different thing. Then they choose their leader after they elect the party. And I don't know if that'd be in America if you were elected the Republican. You have to have a face to go with.
Yeah.
You know. But this is the Envy from Parish Points. Oh, nice golden spill mark.
Little golden shower over there.
An American pale ale instead of a India pale ale. Still tastes a little bit of the hoppy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It smells more Christmas tree
Than it tastes.
Yeah.
That is not bad.
And I got peach ale, kettle sour Berliner Weiss style ale with peach puree, apple, and pineapple juice. Doesn't it look like it says twice?
Yeah. Show the people. Because they can read it your way. Twice. It does say it's, yeah.
Yeah, it says juice, but it looks like it says twice.
Now that's when I found it at the Trader Joe's last time in Tallahassee. So I'm happy to try this one.
You ever heard of Kill Tony?
Only in a video game.
So it's a podcast, and what it is it's these two comedians, and they invite a couple other comedians on, and they are they're like a board,
Okay.
and then they bring on like amateur comedians
Okay.
at wherever they're at, and they do stand up, and then they'll ask them questions, they'll say stuff about their
That's his.
their stand up or whatever.
Okay.
And one of the latest episodes, you know who Shane Gillis is?
That name sounds familiar.
He's a comedian. He does a really, really good Trump impression.
Kidnapping.
And
In progress.
there's another dude that's on there sometimes, and he does his shtick is he impersonates Dr. Phil.
Okay.
But this latest episode, he dressed up as Biden, and so the two of them were sitting next to each other. And one of the comedians that came on, they were like, "So what were you doing before you came on?" And she was like, "I was just hanging out at the Trader Joe's." And Shane Gillis is like, "Actually, here's your Trader Joe right here, letting all the immigrants in."
Nice. You can definitely smell the style of the Berliner Weiss.
Oh,
So it's peach and pineapple
an apple.
Berliner Weiss style ale with peach,
Excuse me.
puree, apple, and pineapple twice. Okay. That is one that I've shown. It is a 7% too. That is nice for a 7%.
Yeah.
That is very easy. I'll have to get another one of those, baby. I think you'd like that. Usually my wife samples mine, but she's on antibiotics for another couple of days. And the doctor, the assistant, the insurance, everyone's like, you cannot drink alcohol for up to 3 days after.
Pharmacy tech. And
I'm trying to
pharmacists.
liven up, man. Whatever. You know what I'm
Sure,
saying.
some tell you what you can and can't do,
Mm-hmm.
except for medical prescriptions.
You're like, ooh.
Tell you what prescriptions can.
Listen, we got a group of like 4 people together. They were totally impartial, and they decided that your life is not worth saving.
You can never drink alcohol again
Yeah.
because you might become
That-
impaired.
That life-saving procedure, it costs about $37. Now the hospital is going to charge you $25,000, Okay.
But they're only going to pay out 37 if you look at the final outcome, you know.
But man, that 37, that's
Don't you love that? It's
Yeah.
like you get quoted this amount, and you're like, what? Well, it's a good thing you have insurance. Then you hear somebody who doesn't have insurance goes in and it's the price exactly because they have to mark it up so the insurance will pay a certain percentage.
So we pay for everybody else.
yeah.
So out of these two, I will definitely go with the peach ale.
Yeah.
That is,
That's tasty.
it is very tasty.
So
That is from Wisconsin. Trader Joe's in Tallahassee, Florida. But it's from
Wakanda?
Campanology Brewing out of, what is the Wisconsin name right there? Wakaki or something?
Wanaki.
Glasses on.
No, because Wisconsin has hard names. Like, there's a guy I follow on TikTok who went on vacation and he had to learn to protect. Yeah. Learn how to pronounce certain Wisconsin names. Much respect to Wisconsin who makes their names hard. Here in Florida, we just use Blue Chews, too. To get things hard.
Not sponsored yet.
By Blue Chew.
Yes.
But if you send us some Blue Chew, we
Yeah.
will gladly try it on the... Not live on air, because this is pre-recorded. But yeah, we could do that. Blue Chew.
What we'll do is we'll give Simon a Blue Chew, and then we'll hook him up to like a pulse monitor, and we'll just watch as
But what if it doesn't... What if I just get aroused? Do I have to show my arousal? It's kind of funny. You've seen the commercials that it came out of nowhere, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, we'll be at work, and we have the TV, we'll be wandering through our break room. And it's Blue Chew, and it's all these young models. You know, they're models. And they're like, yeah, me and my man. And it's an old guy. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually the models are hanging out with the old guys.
Well, if they have money.
Okay.
Uh,
That is really good. Sorry.
any games you've been playing lately, sir?
I've still been going back to Fallout 4 since the upgrade, you know, finishing. I'm on Nuka World. I'm still not trying to finish it because, you know, you gotta, basically you either gotta become a raider 100% or you gotta kill the raiders
Yeah.
100%. And
I
so I'm
spent,
doing it piece by piece. I'm trying to get the raiders to piss each other off by doing just stuff for the operators until the other people revolt. Because supposedly if you do enough for just one, the other people will, you know, get them like a civil war, and then you just only have to kill one group or two groups
Oh, okay.
instead of all three.
I went through and got the achievement for the 100,000 tickets.
Oh, for on that Fallout
Yeah.
4 Nuka World? Yeah, that was an easy one.
I hate you.
Sorry, I collect everything.
I
I've got the strong back perk and everything, so
Yeah.
I can still fast travel, you know. So I'm just going everywhere. I collect everything.
I went and bought the.
I'm trying to rebuild all my armors as different, every single different variation.
I went and got one of the guns that has the explosive ammo, and just played one of the games and just until I got all 100,000. Then it took several days.
Really?
Yeah.
I just walked around Nuka World picking them up. Because you can find the big rolls and stuff
Yeah.
everywhere. That's all I did. And then you just leave Nuka World, you come back, and they're right there. You're like, really? Okay.
But I just got Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm
Yes.
trying that out.
I've heard that's amazing.
Two of my coworkers, so one of them's been playing it since it like first came out, and the other one, she just got it a couple weeks ago, and they've been talking about it nonstop. So I was like, I got it, and I'm not very far into it, but it's pretty good so far.
Okay. Is that for the one, or
Huh?
is that for the X, or
I got it for PlayStation.
because you have both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my priorities in life. Sorry.
So I'm trying to talk Zane to saving his money because we're finally paying him for certain chores. So we've talked him into, because he wants to really play the Spider-Man 2 game on the PS5. So that's what I'm trying to get him to do, save his money, and he can buy his own PS5.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my goal, is to get him to understand that saving money can be a good thing.
Excuse me, from. Ask her why I was angry, Wendy. And I did not buy it I didn't buy it out of spite. I actually wanted
So
to.
Baldur's Gate is only for
Yeah.
PS5?
Discuss.
No, But it is.
This before you just go, hey, I spent $70, by the way.
Well, I have cash. I can give you the
I
cash.
don't want the cash.
Anyway.
No, Cash passed away.
You buy stuff all the time. So
I
there.
wasn't saying anything bad.
My
about you
unpaid
buying
intern.
it.
Buy stuff all the time.
Just that you chose to do it the night you were mad at me.
At least he didn't break his ankle getting a game.
Yeah. It's a digital only. I don't know if I said that already.
Oh no, it's digital only. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can buy, there's a physical copy.
I
but
get
it's,
physical copies of everything. I love it.
The physical copy is like their super secret squirrel special edition. And it's like $150.
Because they want to. That's the whole big. What with GTA 6 or whatever is they either $150 or a monthly fee, and it's like, guys, y'all are rich off of everything else. You can
Yeah.
pay your people plenty of money.
Yeah.
And that's what's so disappointing. That's I think PS5 has won this. But then that's the funny thing is I saw that the Switch is the actual almost the best selling ever. It's passing up PS2. And I'm like, well, it makes sense though because of the ease of it. You can play it portably or you can just plug it into your TV.
So, rumor is that they'll be announcing this the follow up to the Switch.
Yeah.
The
Switch 2?
Yeah, at the end of the Nintendo's fiscal year,
Yeah.
which is actually, fiscal years are weird. So it's like
I know at my work it's every October.
Yeah,
October
so
to October.
theirs is. I think what I was reading was it was like March or April
Yeah.
of next year. So
What do you think it's just be the Switch 2? It's just with better graphic card. Even though the Switch really is not an ugly system.
no, I don't know.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Make it more portable? It's not really.
I think they'll come up with a better screen. I mean, they already have the OLED one,
Yeah,
but I
well,
think they'll
that-
probably have a better screen, maybe some upgraded, hardware in there. But other
Yeah.
than that, I don't know that they're gonna change
Well, see,
much.
that's where like you're an iPhone guy. You're an Apple guy for the phone. I'm a Samsung. I'm an Android. And I don't know how the iPhone's going, but like Samsung to me is screwed up with the Galaxy because like I had a 10, then I went ahead to the 22 because they brought back the split screen that I love, like right here, which they sold the technology to Apple for a bit because I had it on the 7, and they took it away for the 10. Then I went to use my 7, and they changed the update so you didn't have it for the 7 anymore. But one of the things, I know they're bringing back the USB charging port for the Apple. But like with this one, with my 7, my 5, my 7, my 10, you had the expandable memory. You could stick it in there. And so that's what I like doing. I expand the memory, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with the 22, I don't know if the 23 or the 24, but the 22, you can't. And I'm like, why are you taking the expandable memory? Oh, 64 is all you need. No, it obviously isn't.
Yeah, I know.
Because like my Wendy has to always keep deleting stuff. And it's just like, no, this isn't enough. That's why the other one you could put in an extra 64 or 120 or 256. It's like, you need this.
Yeah.
That's why we sell terabyte hard drives now. Because you need storage. Especially the bigger games get.
Yeah.
Like on the big games, the PS5 and the Xbox One X,
Yeah.
or X, sorry, Series X. You need the terabytes. Back when we started, we never could imagine a terabyte hard
Yeah.
drive. So, I mean, even we got an expansion for Zane's Switch.
Well,
128 or 256 or something.
I mean, my first console was the NES,
Yes.
and a lot of times there was no saving.
Yeah.
It was like, here's your code for what progress you've made, and you had to put it in next time, and it would take you back to where you were, but you didn't save.
I was an Atari 2600.
Yeah.
You just left the fucking thing on.
Yeah.
Your parents are like, oh, you got to turn that off. No.
Yeah.
I've been playing Pitfall. I've been playing Pitfall for freaking 30 hours now. It doesn't turn off. I'm trying to finish this game. So that's kind of funny to me because like with Fallout 4, you can look at my time and it's like 16 days, and so many people have beat it a lot. I've technically beat the game, but I'm trying to do every little thing with every little. I'm trying to get everything, and so that's why I go back. Even though you go collect the same thing, I'm trying to do all the different types of armor, trying to, every little tiny thing. It also keeps me busy. It's like, I'm trying to get, I guess you can get 3 in New Vegas for the 1, but like they want more than you can actually just download them for. And then they want you all the extras and stuff. It's stupid. And I'm waiting for the new Fallout, of course, because 76 is not it.
No.
76 just is not.
Gonna be, well,
People who like the expansive world like it.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I like playing by myself.
So Elder Scrolls, the next 6 is probably coming out first.
Yeah, Bethesda.
Unless they actually like contract somebody else out again and make another Fallout game like they did with New Vegas.
With Obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Bethesda doesn't like.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, it's good. It's
Yeah.
not bad. That's what's going to be the whole funny thing is what they do next. Because, Fallout 6 by Bethesda is going to be, 2030, I think. So let us have something.
Yeah.
Even if they're remaking 1 and 2 or something, let them do it.
I know I'm hoping to be able to download it on the Xbox. But they've got that Fallout London mod.
I know, but I think it's only computer because they have a Miami mod or something too.
Yeah.
But I can't find it on the Xbox servers. And that's the whole sad thing. See,
I know
Xbox is going to lose the console wars to PS5 because the PlayStation has better support from the other people, the third party.
Yeah.
And more original stuff. Like Nintendo will always have their great characters. And what does the Xbox have really? We've got Gears of War,
Halo.
But
they've already been talking about possibly porting Halo to PlayStation.
Don't.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. You lose it right there.
Yeah.
You need to get something.
Yeah.
And figure out what it is. I mean, because the Steam engine is totally different. So you can share it with Steam to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and like there's Forza. I know Forza is like a Xbox, which is a fantastic series, especially Forza Horizons.
And they've been bringing over Flight Simulator too, and that's a big Microsoft IP. So they've been bringing that over to Xbox.
We go to the library sometimes to check out games. They have one for PS. Is it 4 or 5? One of them is called Job Simulator. And I'm like, really? It was a 4 PS4 with Job Simulator. I'm like, it's bad enough there's like three goat simulators.
Yeah.
The goat simulator became big and popular, but Job Simulator, like really, this is...
I tried out Pressure Washer Simulator.
Yes, on Xbox.
Yeah.
I got addicted to it for a bit.
And then...
because I'm not getting soaking wet doing it.
And then Car Mechanic Simulator. I tried that out for a little bit.
Car Mechanic Simulator.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying is, they've said, I guess they're changing the monthly rate on Xbox now. But I've already paid a year ahead because I go to Sam's and buy the $50, so I buy the year.
Yeah.
And then that's what they're like. They're going to raise their rate like $4 a month or something, and I'm like, why? Well, to keep up with the PlayStation Network, and I'm like,
so apparently the whoever regulates that in the government, they're trying to block it.
Okay.
Them raising that price for Game Pass.
Okay.
So
I didn't know somebody could. It's a private business. I mean, nobody regulates the streaming services who keep raising their rates.
That's what I was just thinking. Netflix, Hulu, they don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Max keeps raising their rates. Hulu keeps raising their rates. Disney keeps
that's like
raising their rates.
Live Oak.
Live
the
Oak?
fiber.
Yes, that's the cheapest by a couple.
And I've been trying.
AT&T fiber is just a little bit more.
I've been trying to. I want to get it, but it's not on our street yet. And
you put your name on the waiting list though. The more people they get on the waiting list.
But well, no. So I put it on the waiting list, and now when we put our address in, they're like, "Oh, can't find you." Yeah.
Can you get AT&T fiber?
No.
Really? Because it comes right by us. That's what we need to do is because it's cheaper than freaking Cox.
One of my coworkers, he was just telling me he lives up in BFE Crestview.
Niceville and Crestview are first on the list.
And he was like, yeah, they're drilling the area for them to lay the lines for it. And I was like, are you serious?
Yeah, because Live Oak is out of Live Oak. Yes. It'd be easier. You're with Verizon?
No. So, are you mean our phones?
Are you
or
T-Mobile?
The phones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else would I
Verizon.
be talking about? Are you with Verizon? No.
Well, they offer home internet, and we
It's not the same though.
No.
It's-
So,
That's the whole thing. Is they have Verizon as popular in the big cities. It only comes down so far though in the
Yeah.
south.
because that's the what was that?
Because when Hurricane Michael came through Panama City, it destroyed like 2 or 3 Verizon towers, and they have not spent any money to replace them. So AT&T has basically taken over this area.
the FIOS. Is that what
FiOS. Yeah.
however you
So
say
if you're in a larger city, they have their version of fiber.
Okay.
Verizon does, and we were in the Verizon store not too long ago, and they were like, "Yeah, we've got that, but not here."
Not here. Yeah.
And it was like, "But we have this other internet. You can try it out. It's 2 months free." And so she was like, "Well, we'll try it out." I was like, "Yeah, we can try it out."
It's bouncing off a satellite and it
It's
sucks.
well, no, it's off the cellular network.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I get like 500, megabits, download or whatever." And we started looking into it, and it was like it maxes out at 300, which is lower than what we've got with Cox right now. So
Yeah.
it's like, no.
I think our Cox is 500, and we pay 90. But like since we're an AT&T customer, they knock off $20 automatically. So I think it starts at 445 and 65. So we could get the one gig for less, especially with their discount because we're AT&T already.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny this day and age.
Yeah.
I'm finished with my beer, and he's still finishing up the peach ale, which is
Well,
tasty.
I was finishing that first.
That was hard. Yeah, the envy was a little hard to.
I find I do that with stuff. If I have like 2 things and I don't like one, but I like the other, I'll get rid of the one I don't like.
That's what
first.
we teach Zane is like
Yeah.
if you're eating food and you don't like one, eat the one you don't like first.
Yeah.
Then you get
Save
to
the
enjoy
best for
the
Yeah.
rest. And you should do that too, folks.
Yeah.
Save the best for last.